Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This is the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It's a weekly discussion where we go over the latest in gaming and throw in a little bit of whatever else we want to talk about, but not this week, because this week is a very special week. And it's a very special episode of the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It is our next gen launch extravaganza. It is, for a lot of people out there, Xbox Series X/S week. But for us here on the PodBoyz in particular, and for millions of others on the planet, it is PS5 week.
Let's
Let's
go!
go! I'm joined as always by my co-host and best friend.
Eric, what is up, dude?
What
How
is
are you?
up? I am amazing, like Spider-Man. I
Oh
am
my god.
chilling. I've been like, I've been playing like literally from like sun up till like the wee hours of the morning since I got this console. Streamed for 13 hours straight. That's the second I got home with it. I am great. How are you, man?
Dude, I am also great. I am doing so good. I got my console yesterday right after I got from work, and I woke up this morning like when you're a kid and you wake up the morning after Christmas and you're like, my
Yes.
toys, my
Yes.
toys.
Yes.
Like I got that feeling like again, like I felt like a kid again. I'm ecstatic, dude.
Yeah, when I got home, like it didn't hit me until I got home and I was like ripping open the box and I was just like, oh my God, like I haven't opened like a brand new console on launch day like this in such a long since yes, it's probably like the Wii or something like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even get the Switch on launch. Like I got that like way late.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, man. I'm glad you were able to get it in so fast after having your pre-order canceled and everything like that, man. Uh, but like I said, it's gonna be pretty much a special episode, pretty PS5 centric. We're not gonna talk about news or anything, rumors, leaks, or anything like that for the most part. Pretty much, we're just gonna pretty much jump right into it. Maybe touch a little bit on some Xbox stuff here in the beginning, but it's gonna be, like I said, a very special episode, very straight to the point, minimal editing, kind of just our off the cuff gushing to each other about PS5 and our experience so far. But
Yes.
first, before all that, I do have one very important question.
And what would that be, sir?
What are you drinking though?
Tonight I am going to drink something that just showed up in my fridge, and it's actually quite fitting because this console makes me feel like I'm in outer fucking space, bro. It looks like a freaking alien like device just like sitting in my room. it's
Wow.
it's pretty intense. But yeah, I'm drinking a hazy IPA called Outer Space is Weird, and it's from Green Cheek Beer Company. See, it's got this little UFO.
Oh, that's super cool, man. That's a really, yeah. So it's got like a beer can being sucked up by a UFO.
Yeah, and
Very
it's
awesome
like out
fun.
of a little desert.
Oh
Um,
yeah, like a little New Mexico type of scene
yeah,
looking
so
thing.
I'm not sure if that's I think it's a bird wing that's holding the beer or something. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what it is, but hey man, I'm ready for this beer. What are you drinking, sir?
Me, I got something pretty cool too. I got myself not a pink lemonade, but I got myself where's the brewing company here? Give me 1 second, y'all. It's a bee nectar cider, not punk, but pink lemonade. Not pink,
Oh,
but punk lemonade, actually.
Punk Lemonade. Oh,
There
okay.
you go. See some
All right.
contrast
That's a
out there.
pretty dope label, man.
Yeah, it's got like this like a fly, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like the fly.
It looks like yeah, it's an anthropomorphic fly wearing a leather jacket and a t-shirt who looks pretty cool.
Yeah, some Animorph shit, dude.
And it's hard cider with raspberry and lemon. So that sounds
That
super
sounds
duper tasty.
tasty.
hmm So let me go ahead and pop
All
this
right,
open. Nice, got it first try. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers. Mmm. This is really good.
Oh, that is
Wow.
smooth.
That is a good IPA. Oh, man.
Is that just a straight up IPA?
No, it's a hazy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you know, like when you pour them, they're actually like
Yeah,
hazy in the
you
glass.
can't see through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. It's
Nice.
actually really, really good. Like, it doesn't have any like notes like about like any of notes on the notes.
Hmm.
But it's really good.
This is interesting because I thought it was like either raspberry cider or lemon cider, but I think it's apple cider with raspberry and lemon.
Oh, so it
So
tastes like
it's
apple cider, like hard
yeah,
apple cider.
at the beginning, like when you first drink it in, it tastes like apple, and then it tastes like lemons at the end of it, and then way in the back, like down the hallway, hey,
How are you?
it's your homie raspberry. So it's pretty cool. It's really tasty, actually.
Nice. Did you cop that at your beer cave?
No, I told you I've been splitting my time between there and
The LA spot, right?
yeah, Ramirez in East LA. So
Nice.
this one's a product of Ramirez. As far as sparkling water for my bubbly boys out there, we
Ooh,
switched
the LaCroix.
yeah, we switched it up a little bit. We got ourselves some cherry lime LaCroix boys. Got a bit more of a rhyme to it. Ah, come on, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do me like that, LaCroix boys.
It's gonna do you like that, bro. The camera doesn't want none of that.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
bubbly boys.
It's fine. It knows it's not a bubbly, so it refuses to focus.
Yeah, yeah. It has
We'll
to be the bubbly, man.
crack that open on the side.
I've got regular ass water. No bubbly for me.
Doing the homie VC proud.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, but
So, yeah, man. I
mhm,
just before we get into what we've been playing and everything,
mhm.
should I update our viewers and listeners about my scandal and how I managed to cop?
I think it's time that
Because I feel like I
you
put
put
everybody through
the
this roller coaster ride
PS5
with me.
the PS5 saga to an end. I think it's
Yeah,
about
it's the
time.
end. It's the end. I actually, man, I went through like so much just getting this console. Like pre-order gets canceled, and then the day before, I waited, and obviously there was no more pre-orders. So on the 11th that night, I came home and I immediately got on my computer and on my phone and was just refreshing everything because I knew everything was gonna go live at the East Coast. I didn't know if it was gonna go live earlier here because of the East Coast time. So I just took the shot and I started refreshing everything. And then it happened, dude, about like 8 p.m. Sam's Club. Sam's Club
8 p.m. So not even so
for
before
us,
midnight. Yeah,
right
yeah.
before this is before midnight.
Wow, before East Coast midnight is what I
Before
mean.
East Coast midnight, yeah. So Sam's Club opens up PlayStation orders. Out of all places, it was Sam's Club first. And I start going on there and I start jamming my F5 button. You know how it goes, just like refresh, 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 refresh. Nothing.
Like
Nothing.
Mad Bramble.
And I got nothing. And then I eventually get it in my cart and then nothing, dude. And then so the website got so flooded it actually like broke.
It just went down. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we went a little while and then I went on PlayStation Direct and it was about what would be midnight over there in the East Coast. So what's that like 9 o'clock here, right?
Hmm.
So it was like 9 o'clock and PlayStation Direct starts putting their pre-order their actual their orders out. Dude, I get into the website right when it like they start dropping. I get into the website. It puts
So
me in the
so
queue.
hold on, pause.
Yes,
Explain what PlayStation Direct is. That like the purchasing website for the PS5 or
it's the purchasing website for PlayStation in
in
general.
general?
It's
Okay,
directly from Sony.
I've never bought anything straight from Sony, so
Yeah, so
I'm not familiar.
yeah, so you can go on there and buy all like games, mostly I think it's mostly consoles and stuff, and accessories and whatnot. You can buy that, and I games too. I think I didn't surf the website out much because I was so obsessed with trying to get the console.
That's completely fair, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, you can. It's buying directly from PlayStation essentially. So, yeah, I'm refreshing this. I'm waiting. Actually, when I get there, it puts me in a queue for like 7 minutes. And I'm sitting there waiting with this loading bar, bro. This freaking teaser of a loading bar, like going up this yellow loading bar, and it's like counting down the seconds and the minutes. And I get so hyped. I'm like, I'm gonna get a PS5 right now. I'm in the queue. Let's go. Let's go. And then I finally get into the website to get greeted by an out of stock message.
No.
So this was my story the whole night, dude. That
No.
was that was my first letdown. And then the Sam's Club site comes back up. And it comes back up and I'm like scrambling and I'm like, "Oh, Sam's Club. It's in my cart." So I go into the cart. I refresh the cart. It's there. I go proceed to checkout. I'm going. It's order confirmed, bro. It was confirmed, right? And then I noticed that for whatever reason, it had my previous address on there. So immediately I'm like, oh no,
Oh
I just
no.
ordered a PS5 to my old address. What do I do? And I was like, I'm going to have to cancel it. So I had to cancel it. I fucking canceled it. But get
You
this,
had to cancel in order.
it broke my heart, dude. I almost cried at I was like, I was like visibly upset. Like my siblings were here with me and they're like my sister looked over, put her hand on my arm on my shoulder and was like, "Hey man, it's okay."
No.
So
It's not okay, Zoe.
that's
It's
exactly
not
how I felt.
okay.
And so I hit cancel and it was fine anyways because then
Fuck.
we shortly after we got an email from Sam's Club saying, "Oh, hey, your order is going to be canceled anyways because it was out of stock."
Mm.
So even if I had to cancel, it would have been whatever. At this point, I had like 7 different like tabs open, going back and forth all these tabs, like 3 different web browsers open, just like
Pause, pause,
refresh,
pause.
refresh.
Pause. Mind you, I had texted this man like just to like confirm something about like the podcast in general. Like at 10:30, you responds at like 1:30, like, oh, sorry, man, PS5, and I was like, no, do your thing, bro. Like shit. So, you were mad scrambling.
I was mad scrambling, dude. I was scrambling to just like I was like at one point I put some battle music on. I put something like really intense and I was just like I'm going to get this PS5 today. I was so like so determined, bro. And eventually so when I went into the PlayStation Direct website initially, it made you go into a queue.
Mm-hmm.
And I got lucky. I didn't close the site. I just kept refreshing that site instead of like hoping that it didn't put me back in a queue. And it
Yeah.
didn't because I was already in a queue. Like I guess I don't know how it works, but maybe my IP address or whatever. But whatever, like I was in that queue and then I wasn't, and I was just kept refreshing it, and refreshing all the other pages. And then I was about to give up, dude. I was about to give up, and I hit refresh one more time, and on the PlayStation site, and I was like, no fucking way. I get the add to cart button, and I hit the add to cart button. I go through the process, and I get my fucking PS5. Ah,
And you got it like the next day. Like this was launched that you ordered it and you got it on the next day, Friday, correct?
right, right. Well, yeah. I ordered it technically on Wednesday night,
Mm-hmm.
But I did get it the next day. So what happened was, I guess if you order it from PlayStation Direct, if you're a PS Plus member,
Mm-hmm.
you sign in with your PlayStation credentials, like your PSN and all that. You sign with that, and then after you sign up with that, they actually give you free express shipping for PS Plus members for the consoles.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so since I had the membership and I was buying the console, I got the free shipping, and it was express shipping too. My brother, who had pre-ordered the PlayStation since like September, didn't get his until today, which is this
Damn.
Saturday.
Who he pre-order from?
He got it from Target.
Oh, oh yeah, because you guys have gotten it together, right?
Yeah, we got it at the same time. His didn't get canceled though. He didn't
Yeah.
have all that shenanigans like happen. So yeah, man, I was so stoked when I was so like amped up and like anxious and nervous and like I was so like hyped that like I had to go for a walk out.
Damn, bro, you had to like step
I
outside and
I
shit.
had to I had to go outside and be like, dude, I need to chill. Like this is too much, bro. It was too much. Cause like I went to I went through too much crap to like for all that to happen, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So anyways, that
That's
was my
crazy,
story.
dude.
That was my crazy final, like the end to the saga. Like finally.
Just to part the curtain a bit here for the listeners, I didn't check the percentage on that cider, but I just took another sip after having quite a few because I like the taste of it, and my body just took a screenshot, so it's about to get weird up in here.
Let's go.
But yeah, so before we hop into some full on discussion about the PS5 itself and our experience with it, the Xbox consoles did launch a couple days before. They launched on
Hmm.
Tuesday the 10th. We did not secure one. Either of us here on this podcast, neither of us secured one.
Mm-mm.
I am constantly kind of refreshing and looking around for when it becomes available on All Access again, which
Yeah,
is
same.
the payment plan thing they have.
Hmm.
But no luck so far. But yeah, as soon as that becomes available with that payment plan, I'm hopping into that. But no luck so far. Um, but we've talked about it before at length. We've talked about the reviews last week. Basically, it's super good for backwards compatibility in older games that you might have missed. Plays them all better. Uh, Load times are basically gone. It's a very well built system. There's just not much to play exclusive wise and all that type of stuff. So, um,
Yet.
yet. But the one thing I did want to touch on that went viral like a day or two after launch with the Xbox was they apparently started to. By the way, just to part the kimono again for here, Eric's girlfriend is in the background, currently obsessed with with new PS5 title Bugsnax. So you might hear some
If you
occasional quips
yeah,
back
if
there.
anyone hears any like small outbursts, it's okay, by the way. Any small little outbursts, it's because my girlfriend is playing Bug Snacks back here.
Yeah, and like I said, this is gonna be pretty raw and unedited, so all PS5 enjoyment in the background will be left in.
Yes.
Uh,
So it's a yeah, it's all good.
fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
We're talking about Xbox.
Oh yeah. But what I did want to mention is I don't know if you saw that they were randomly catching fire and smoking day two.
Oh, I saw a picture about that. Like there was like an Xbox with like like smoke coming out of the top of it.
Yeah, you know
What
what
was up with
happened?
what?
Someone took a fucking fat ass rip of that cotton, that vape, and just blew it through the filters and took a video of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's fake news.
fake news, 100% fake news. Eventually, Xbox even had to come out and with a tweet and say, literally, they said, "I can't believe we have to say this, but please don't blow vape smoke up your Xbox Series X." So, fake news. The consoles are great. Um, very well built system. I've seen a bunch of teardowns, most notably Spawn Wave, who I like to follow the most. He's done a teardown of both the systems already. Super dope build quality on both of them. The PS5 is like a fucking alien spacecraft on the
Dude,
inside. It's such a weirdly designed system.
it's so weird. And it looks honestly like it looks just alien. Like it doesn't look like any system we've ever had, really. You know what I mean?
It's fucking
That's
huge.
another thing too. Oh my God. So,
Like I'm sitting back here, just like I could turn my head, I can see it out of my peripherals like instantly. It's just fucking.
mhm.
And by the way, let it be known for those of y'all in the Discord, all the bubbly boys, all the homies out there, I can almost never look at that thing without picturing Kaiba's head on top of it because of fucking Erky's profile pic.
Oh my God, yes. It is the greatest thing ever. I might just like take a I just might print out a picture of Kaiba's face like head and just like
Just mounts it
just
on.
mount it on top of my PS5. Oh man, that's so
That's
funny.
fucking hilarious, dude. But yeah, it is an absolute unit. I mean, we've been talking about it all year leading up to it since the reveal that it looks fucking huge. It's pretty big. Is the guy just small? Is it a
No,
big
no, no.
console?
Yeah, no. Debunk confirmed. The guy was
It's
not just a small guy.
it's a
It's the
big
size of our torso.
it's a fucking big boy. Yeah, the box is
It was
massive.
huge. So speaking about like how big it is, and so I tried to do an unboxing video. I might post it, I might not, but I tried like recording an unboxing video. It was so impossible trying to fit that giant box into like the frame of my camera. Like
Yeah.
the box is at some points in the video that I tried to record, like the box is like here and my head was just like poking out the top because it was sitting on my desk. So I
You
might
just like a
post it,
little you look like Wilson from Home Improvement. Like, hey, what's up, guys?
I might not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, it's huge, but I don't know, man. Well, we're gonna get into it in a bit, but let's go back to this Xbox stuff for a little bit. Um, I'm actually pretty excited to finally not like when I finally do get the Xbox. I'm excited to just compare,
Yeah,
like see like
exactly.
oh like this see what system does what better,
Not only that, but I think you've hopped into PC Game Pass and you've been enjoying that a bit, right?
Yeah, so I could
So
just upgrade my membership and then I could have all those games available like right out of the box.
not only that, but console Game Pass and PC Game Pass are different. So there's actually more stuff on console
Oh,
Game
okay,
Pass than
cool.
there is
Yeah.
on PC Game Pass. So you're in for like a whole new slate of stuff that you didn't even have access to before. And like I said, you're kind of already into the Game Pass type of model. So you're already like not like bought in, but like, you're familiar with it. You know, there's a bunch of games on there that you can hop into at any time. So
Right. Yeah.
you're already good to go. Plus, you can hop into get more involved in a couple Vince Makes Oscar plays because um, I just gave Vince my Xbox One X since I got the PlayStation 5. I wasn't needing that bad boy anymore. So I
Nice.
donated that one down to Vince. So we're going to be doing a lot more Game Pass stuff on there. So, maybe you can hop into Sea of Thieves and stuff with us like
Oh,
that.
for sure. Well, I mean, I have an Xbox here in my household, so if
Oh, okay. Well, there you
yeah,
go.
yeah. It's we have my brother has a Xbox One X.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, so if we ever or if you guys ever want to do another one of those with me in there, like I can totally set it up. So that's not going to be a big deal, but
Yeah.
I like that's definitely a big kind of selling point for me for sure. The fact that I could just like you're kind of able to do this with the PS5 right now, but it's not that many games. Like
Mm.
compared to what Game Pass has on it, it's not that many games. So I will say that like Xbox, the amount of games that you can hop right into right out of the box without putting down any more money than just your membership
Mm-hmm.
is it's substantially large. Like it's like substantial. Like even just the PC games that are on there plus now you're telling me like there's more. You know what I mean? Just
Like
that's just
substantially more, yeah.
yeah, that's just it's insane. Like that's a lot of games. So that's definitely exciting for anyone that purchased an Xbox. Like they might not have to even buy any new games for a
Yeah,
while.
no, exactly. Like, cause, and the thing is, if you purchase game, like the thing with Microsoft is that's the kind of thing they want to rope you into forever, and like they kind of get you into like a type of lifetime contract if you forget. That's kind of like people who like buy Netflix and forget about it and don't use it that much, but they still get charged for it every month. But the thing
Right.
with Microsoft is, if you are using it and you choose to take fully advantage of it, you don't have to buy new games because if it's a
They're
Microsoft,
there.
if it's an Xbox Game Studios game, if it's a new Microsoft game, it's gonna be on there
It's
day
already
one
there.
without the need to buy anything. So
Hmm.
that's pretty crazy. It's in itself. Oh yeah, yeah. So you might not even need to buy games at all, and like especially if like for families who are like on a budget and looking to like maybe get a Series S, even like that, for because
That's
it's even cheaper.
yeah, that's the
Like,
thing, dude. It's so well marketed for families and just, parents just buying a console for their kids. Because if they really do if parents really do their research, they'll probably find that honestly, like Xbox is probably the better value, like right out of the box,
mm-hmm.
just because you're not having to buy that like any games at all really with Game Pass.
$70 games, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
because that's
Mm-hmm.
how much they are now, people. $70.
Yep, we all gonna have to come to terms with that.
But yeah, that pretty much does it for Xbox. We'll come around and swing back to it and give our thoughts on the console once one of us manages to get our hands on it. Uh,
Hmm.
one negative I do want to mention about both consoles real quick because I saw it happen on both sides at some point. Um, and that's more not really more of like a problem with the consoles, but more a problem with like what we always talk about with the ever coming, ever present, impending doom of the all digital future.
Yes.
So a lot of people on launch day for both consoles were locked out from even setting up their consoles properly. The Xbox was a little bit worse because the PS5 you can still get to the UI and all that stuff, but the Xbox you can't even like get to the home screen or anything like that if you're unable to connect to the internet. So if there's no internet connection,
Wow.
and what happened with Xbox was there were so many people trying to connect on launch day that their servers couldn't handle it. Servers were overloaded,
Oh.
so people were just getting a spinning circle for hours at a time, unable to use their brand new $500 console because
Wow, that is not good.
our servers are too overloaded to handle all these people trying to sign into Xbox Live. And if you can't connect to Xbox Live, you can't set up your console. And it actually happened to me with the PlayStation 5. So I
Did it
could
really?
yeah, so I could go to the home screen, I could play stuff that was already installed like Astrobot and stuff like that, but it wouldn't let me like sign into anything. It wouldn't let me access the store. It wouldn't let me do anything because I don't know if you remember. And actually, well, you know what? You do remember because you deal with it now too. You know the internet, the Wi-Fi in my room is absolute hot garbage.
Yes,
And
it
there was a
is.
fucking problem even back when I had my PS4. It's the original reason that I have the Ethernet cable that's here in my room that I use to plug into my laptop because we had
You never
spoilers.
moved it?
Yeah, spoiler alerts. We had problems with the podcast initially because I was on my Wi-Fi, and yeah, it's the same blue cord that I had in here for my PlayStation 4 back then to play Destiny. It's what I've been using to power my laptop. Problem I ran into is I was like, oh, maybe the PS5 has better Wi-Fi antenna, maybe it's stronger. Plus, I have this range extender. Literally, literally, the PlayStation 5 is here up on my like TV stand thing, and right below it, where all my stuff is plugged in, is the
So range
Wi-Fi extender.
extender.
So I was like, maybe that'll be fine. Absolutely not fine. Absolutely impossible to connect or maintain a stable connection. So I had to run my ass to the 99-cent store at the corner of my house, buy a whole ass new giant Ethernet cable, and run a whole ass second Ethernet cable in here now.
Wow.
So there's two of the exact same blue Ethernet cables. The second time in my life I've had to do it. Times for a PlayStation.
Hey man, it's like it sucks, but everything's online now.
Everything.
Everything's online. Like it's gonna be a thing that's gonna persist into the future. And you know what? Like internet is just so I at this point it's kind of expected that you have internet at your house. You know, if you don't have internet at your house, it's a shame. I know there's a lot of families that struggle with, just paying for internet, but like kids, if you have kids, you're gonna need internet. They gotta do their homework. Like
See, I agree with you, but it's the problem goes beyond that too because while I agree with you, that not everyone has internet and that's super unfortunate. Even those who do pay good money and can afford it and everything like that, the quality of your connection and the area where you
that's true.
live and the
Exact. Yeah,
reception within your area is a whole other multifaceted beast to throw on top of that.
I
That's
agree.
just
Yes.
unfair. Like if the infrastructure like nationwide of our Wi-Fi was like as good as Japan's, where they have fucking amazing Wi-Fi signal everywhere, then cool, yeah, make everything online. Fucking throw cloud gaming in here for all we can. But we just don't have that kind of luxury here. Like the internet connections here are still very, 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 very,
Hmm.
very, very bad. And in areas where it's supposed to be better here in the big cities where we are, like 15 minutes from LA, Anaheim, where fucking Disneyland is, supposedly we have like the better shit. It's too oversaturated because
Hmm.
so it ends up being worse. You know what I mean? So it's the same problem. Like there's no good connections anywhere.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. So I'm not. I can't disagree with you on that. Like it sucks, but it's the reality that we all have to face now. You know what I mean? Like no matter how much, even if your internet sucks, even if your connection sucks, for a lot of the stuff that we use like day to day, even especially now with COVID, like even just like work, like people are having to use the internet. People who might have survived for a long time without an internet connection have probably had to go and buy an internet modem and plug it in and talk to their ISP because now they have to work from home.
Exactly.
So it just sucks. Like um it sucks that people are having to deal with that. It sucks that these consoles are going that route because I agree with you 100%, dude. It really does suck, but it's gonna be a thing that persists.
Yep, because the next like revisions of them, and not even, and that's less to say of even the next gen after this. It's gonna be all
Mm-hmm.
digital, baby.
I'm pretty sure if anything, we have maybe one more console in our lifetimes that might have a disc option.
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe.
Alrighty, then, but we'll see, man. Hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully somehow, some way, everyone out there starts like rushing out and buying physical stuff again to make these companies be like, oh wait, maybe there is value in physical. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so because while I do use a lot of the downloadable like online features, sometimes my favorite game, Destiny.
hmm
I have that on disc. There's something nice about like just having your game.
exactly.
So like I didn't have to sit here and wait for like it did take a little while to copy all my files and everything or like copy the disc onto my PS5, but I didn't have to go and download it and wait for the download and the copy thing. I just stuck my disc in and it goes. And other games, you can just stick your disc in, and if you're not using your network features, you can play the game right away.
Well, lucky you, sir. I had to start from scratch
Yeah,
on
no,
the
I bet. Yeah,
PS4.
yeah,
I had to
I know.
freaking download and install everything. It was the worst.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So yeah, dude. I'm
It's
gonna
actually what prompted me to run out and get that cable. It was just like I saw the speeds it was downloading stuff at, and I was just like, oh my
off of Wi-Fi. Oh,
god,
oh,
yeah.
oh.
I was like,
Stinker.
I'm not gonna like I'm gonna start streaming like on fucking like the 30th if this keeps up, you know what I mean? So
You would
uh
have never made it.
yeah, but yeah, before we dive into all the good stuff and start gushing about it, I do want to mention we mentioned the Xbox struggles with people not being able to connect to the server, and there have been a choice few defects reported for with PlayStations as well.
Hmm.
Most notably and most widespread of which is an issue going on right now with putting the PlayStation 5 into rest mode
Yeah,
while having games running.
right.
So definitely, I think it sends it into some like kind of recovery disk mode where like disk read error or something like that with the
Hmm.
hard drive.
So this is a PSA.
Mm-hmm.
PSA, everyone.
So
As of right now.
close all of your apps before
Hmm.
putting rest mode on. Save your game, close your game. If you're going to be using rest mode to charge your controller or whatever the deal is, don't leave any games running, especially not Spider-Man Remastered,
Or Godfall.
Godfall, which are the two confirmed games that this has been occurring in. So PSA for you all out there, don't be putting your PS4 5 into rest mode without closing everything down. Or if you can just avoid rest mode at all for now, just to be safe, then go ahead and do that. But yeah.
I will say if you are worried about the issue, I was honestly worried about the issue. I don't want to lose the PlayStation I tried so hard to get. So you should definitely, there's an option if you go into the settings, there's an option where you can actually tell, because I noticed too, if you have your TV connected to your PlayStation, if you turn your TV off, it'll go into rest mode automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an option that you can set in the settings to where it does not go into rest mode at all.
Terrified looks over and it's my PS5. Oh my god.
So yeah, I mean, the only two games confirmed so far that this has happened to or has happened while running have been Godfall and Spider-Man.
Which is what
Uh,
I'm playing.
yeah, so it's either they don't know what it is yet. It's either something to do with the HDD or something to do with software, whatever it is. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, so just
So
avoid
be
rest
careful
mode.
out there.
I'm sure there's gonna be a hot fix and a patch coming out pretty soon for that.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the other very rare issue that I've seen a couple people on YouTube post is very few PlayStation consoles. I think I've only seen like two or three in the world right now. Have this high pitched whining sound coming from them that doesn't affect performance or games or anything like that, but it is a little bit annoying. It's basically similar, and people are thinking because it exists in PC gaming with like high end graphics cards and stuff like that. It's called coil whine, which is the coils inside the actual graphics processors and inside the graphics cards. They they consume a lot of power and they produce like a little high pitched whine, and it's very rare, but it does happen sometimes. And I guess out of the millions of there's always unfortunately a couple of defects
There's
that
gonna be
happen
defective ones,
with
of
when you
course.
mass produce stuff like that. So it's been reported at various degrees of volume. Some people it's like you can barely hear it, but it's still audible. Some people it's like pretty like, oh my god, it sounds kind of scary. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But it's very rare, very widespread. If any of you out there happen to encounter this issue, just contact Sony immediately. It's gonna suck. You're probably gonna have to wait a few weeks for a replacement because of stock and everything like that, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be very upsetting. And I apologize, and I know it's gonna be rough, but the best thing you can do is just contact Sony right away and get that started while your warranty's still good and everything.
Exactly. Yeah. That's another thing too that people seem to forget. Like if something goes wrong with your PlayStation. PlayStation actually, from my experience, has really good customer service. Um, Sony, uh I've had experience where we had a PS3 in the household that wasn't working. My brother called PlayStation. They told him what was going on, and they sent him a brand new PlayStation under warranty.
Wow, just like straight up, no questions asked.
Yeah, this was a PS3. Then they just said, okay, this has been happening. That sounds like it's defective.
Oh,
We're
this
gonna
is all
send
the
you a
way
new
back in
PlayStation.
PS3 days.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So like from what I know and from what I've heard, like PlayStation for the most part has a pretty good customer service. So yeah, Xbox too. You know, I had a problem with my Xbox too. I got the red ring back in 360.
I remember you
You
getting the
remember
red
that?
ring. Yeah.
And I actually they actually were really cool. Microsoft was really cool with their customer service as well. They sent me a box and I packed up my Xbox. It was all under warranty and I shipped it to them and they sent me a brand new one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I never had to deal with the red ring because I got it after they released the revision, the slim one.
right.
Yeah, so but yeah, man, Microsoft I've heard is pretty actually super dope as well with customer service.
Yeah,
So
so both companies are really good when it comes to customer service. So don't be
Nintendo, like,
Mhm.
because no one is safe on this podcast. A little bit sketchier on the customer service, I hear.
Really? I've never had to deal with Nintendo customer service yet.
Yeah,
So
so there you go. But yeah, that's pretty much it for defects and stuff like that. So we can go ahead and just start hopping right into
oh
it.
man. Oh man.
So we can start
Well,
talking about our experiences, our thoughts, how what we've been playing on it and everything like that. So woo, what's up, man? How you feeling about next gen? How you feeling about PS5?
dude, I dude, I was skeptical. I was a little skeptical. Like just hearing what everyone said and just like this whole like build up to this moment, when I plugged my PlayStation in and I was like I tempered my expectations. I'm like, I'm expecting this thing that's gonna be awesome and like it's all this information that we got and now it's finally here and I was just like when I plugged it in I was like, oh man, like I wonder what's gonna happen. And so I plugged it in and oh my god, dude. The first the first thing I played was because everything was downloading was what was pre-installed already, the Astro's Playroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
yes. Tell me about Astro's Playroom, and I'll jump in here too because holy shit, what a pack in!
for being like this little like ditzy game about a little robot guy that's roaming around a PlayStation inside of a PlayStation, like honestly, like dude, it's so good.
It's so clever. It's
It's
so innovative. Like it does such a good job at showing off the controller because that's basically what it is. It's the showcase of the DualSense controller. So every different level, like Erky says, you're inside of a PlayStation, so you have like every different level in there is like a different area of the PlayStation. There's like GPU jungle, memory, fast lane. Like they're all named after a different unit of the PlayStation, and while you're doing it, each level showcases off like a different feature of the controller, whether
mhm,
it be the adaptive triggers or the haptic feedback, all that type of stuff. The microphone that you can blow into and stuff like that.
mhm.
But
They even use
super
the
fucking
touchpad.
clever. Yes,
There
the touchpad a
was
lot.
there's a point where I think honestly, like I've out of all the games that I played in PS4, this was the most time I've ever like spent actually using the touchpad.
Mm-hmm.
They have this one that I really liked where it was like a ball. You got a little ball, and then you had to like flick it to roll the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that was really fun. Like
yeah.
it was very immersive for such like a small little like game. It was very
Bro, and
immersive.
I don't know, did you notice all these little PlayStation Easter eggs up in there? Not only were you finding like PlayStation parts, consoles, and stuff like that as collectibles, but like at some point in my stream, like you can go back and find it. I stop and I zoom in because you see that there was other little robots all around, like, and some of them were like camera crews filming and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those were filming like little robot reenactions of scenes from old PlayStation games.
Oh,
Yeah, at
okay.
some point I caught one, like it was a robot wearing a red leather jacket with a sword, and if you interrupted his sword combo, he like got mad and threw the little guy who was fighting in the air and started juggling with his guns. So who juggles with guns and wears a red trench coat?
Dante.
Bro, I saw
You know
them
what? You know
filming
what?
like a little mini reenaction of Devil May Cry.
You know what? Yeah, I kind of did notice it because the first level, now that like I didn't think much of it, but it like I was like, oh, that kind of looks like this. But now I guess you confirmed my suspicions because
Yeah,
yeah, those little TV guys, yeah, I saw those. And the first level that I went to was the PS1, and
yeah,
inside the PS1, there's if you go down into like this little like cliff off of this little cliff area, there's those two. They're filming a little guy, and it's this guy, and it's like a skeleton, a big skeleton head with a sword, and he's like swinging it. And I was thinking like, this kind of looks like medieval, like the way the head was doing, the skeleton head, the zombie head
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah.
It looked like medieval, and I like saw it and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I didn't really think to for. I guess that's an Easter egg. That's
Yeah,
cool.
dude,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you, there's references to all sorts of games and stuff in there, man. It's crazy. Like I mentioned it on stream. I'm gonna have to like go back and like play it and like slow down and take my time and actually like take it all in. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
there's probably a lot that I missed just breezing on through on stream. But
Right.
yeah, man, Astro's Playroom is super dope. I was super partial to the monkey mech and climbing. I don't know if you got if you tried
Oh,
that level out.
I didn't try that
Yeah, so
level.
there's a level where like you use the triggers, like each one controls a different hand. You get into this like mech that's a monkey, and you can like climb like these little rock climbing rocks and stuff like that. Like you have to like let go of the triggers to like using each individual hand, and you like use motion controls to like lean the hand up, and then you grip it again, and you have to like
Oh, so you're actually having
yeah,
like
yeah,
like
climb and coordinate and grip and
oh,
everything
that's
like
kind
that.
of cool, man.
Yeah, and then like eventually you get to a part where you like start grabbing onto these bars, and you can spin the controller to like build up momentum and swing, and you let it go, and you fly upwards. And, like you feel like you hear like the rush of wind coming from the controller, and like it's crazy, dude. Like it's super
Hmm.
fun, super creative how they like showcase everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I can't just like from my short experience with Astro's Playroom, like because I do want to go back and eventually play through the whole thing. Uh, but from my short experience, like it's hard to put into words how this new controller feels. Like you just have to try it. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Like the adaptive triggers are my favorite thing. Like even playing other games or like the one other PS5 game that I played, like you can feel the resistance, you know? Like it's
And you
crazy.
can
And
feel it. You can feel it adjust on the fly. You can feel like in Spider-Man, like you're swinging and like you feel how
yeah, that's
easy
what
it
I
is
was
to
talking about.
swing.
Yeah.
And then
But
when it comes to
you
do
can
like one of
feel
the quick time events where you have to like aim and like web something really quick, like you feel it like fight you. You feel it fight you. Be
mhm.
like, no, like this isn't gonna be easy for you. Like work for it. Like, you have to like push
Mhm.
hard. Like if you
It
want to save
feels
this
like you have to
person.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Yeah, and that it's so good. Like
Yeah.
just the controller, the way it works, the Astro's Playroom does like it does a really good job of showcasing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when you can shake it, just the little robots inside.
Dude, yeah, when it's like calibrating everything for you and everything, and it like fills it with robots and everything,
Yeah, yeah, and you
you
just
can
shake
feel
it.
a little robot. You can
You can
like
feel them
for
inside.
for
Yeah.
for our visual watch listeners here. I have the controller here. Just let me show it off to the camera here for those of you. I mean, it's been all over the internet for months now, but here's the DualSense controller and everything. But yeah, at some point, in Astro's Playroom when it's calibrating into the touchpad, you see a lot of these little robots pour in there, and then you can like move it all around. Like you can hold it from one corner, you can feel them like dribble
Yeah,
down all the way and gather all at the bottom, and you can feel them like individually rolling around in here.
there's
Like
also
the Switch, it's like the Switch has the HD Rumble, which is similar, but this is even more advanced and crazy.
there was another part that in the Astros playroom that I really liked, where you go from a drizzle.
Hmm.
So there's like drizzling in the game. Oh, and the wind too. Like you can feel like the
Oh, you
wind
can
pushing
feel the
on you.
wind pushing on you. Yeah.
And anyway, so like the it was like rumbling because there's like a drizzle or whatever, and then it goes from a drizzle to like a heavy rain, and then all of a sudden like you can feel like the raindrops like falling on your controller.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
Yeah, you
feel
can
like
feel it, and then it goes into hail. Then it starts hailing, and then it gets more intense. I was
you
like,
can feel it. Yeah, and also
it's
like
like such a small thing, but it
side
just like
note,
goes so far.
it pays such close attention to detail too that you're obviously playing as Astrobot, a little little robot. We need to get out of the habit of saying, it's ruined. Robot is ruined. I can only say
It's a
Robot
robot.
because of both Adventure Zone and our latest Vince Makes Oscar Play video. They're just robots forever. But there's since you're a robot and walking around with your little metal legs, you can every time and at all times you can feel your little individual feet footsteps hitting the
Yeah,
very
you
bottom.
can.
You can like tap 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 tap, like very light at the bottom of your controller. You can feel the footsteps. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, man. It's. I didn't think it was gonna feel next gen. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
how everyone's saying, but honestly, it does.
It
In my
does.
opinion, it does.
Yeah,
And that
and
was
just
just like the game that you have out of the box, man.
yeah, and just speaking physical wise on the controller while I have it here, it's a very, 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 very comfortable controller. It's wider up at the top, similar to an Xbox controller, but the handles I'd say are a lot more thinner towards the bottom, so you can get
Hmm.
a really good grip on it while still having the comfort up at the top, like that white Xbox controller. So it's a good combination of both. You can get a nice firm grip, and it's still like comfortable. I have pretty big hands, and it's super comfortable. I've been playing it for like fucking 72 hours straight, and like I don't have like crazy hand fatigue or anything like that. So
Hmm.
definitely a really, really good controller. I'd say a huge step up from the DualShock 4, which I wasn't too big of a fan of, to be honest with you.
Well, to be honest, I feel like the PlayStation controller up to now hasn't really changed.
Yeah, exactly.
It hasn't really changed at all, really much. So the new controller, it just feels new because it feels different than like I have my PS4, so I've held both of them like one in each hand, and then I've set
Side
one
by
down, and
side,
then
yeah.
yeah, then set one down and picked up the other one, and it just feels like it feels nicer, you know, it feels more ergonomic, you know,
Yeah.
like the way it's shaped. Because I will say, like the PS4 controller is a little awkwardly shaped when you're playing it, you know, and like it's fat on the bottom and thin on
Yeah.
the top, so
And
it's kind of
the,
like
the thing
awkward at
is, like,
times.
the best way I can describe it is like the Xbox controller and this one. This is all one piece, like the thigh, the grip area. The PlayStation 4 one has like it's segmented, so it's like a little like round type of nub that comes out of it.
Yeah, here
So it just doesn't feel like one piece. It doesn't feel like you're gripping one piece. It feels like two separate pieces that are being held together by you holding them together. You know what I mean? Is the
yeah,
best way I can
I
describe
think
it.
what you're talking about is this area here.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
how it's like it's more of like a handle, I guess you could say.
More than like a full body that extends into itself. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah. So
But
yeah, you definitely feel the difference. It definitely feels different. It doesn't feel like, oh, here's another PlayStation controller.
yep. And as far as like the actual experience, like you talked about how you booted up and saw everything. Like as far as myself, coming from 4 years, four going on 5 years removed from having a PlayStation 4 so I didn't keep up with like much of the updates. I don't know if like the UI changed much over the years with updates and all that kind of stuff, how it ended up, but um I will say, holy crap, what a huge step up. It's so smooth, it's so snappy. Um the Xbox, I was more of a I had the Xbox for the past couple of years, the Xbox One X, which also got a UI revamp because I think it's now using the same UI as the Series X and S. But while I was using it, it was a lot more cluttered and clunky and just really busy. All kinds of icons everywhere, all kinds of advertisements, and I hated that shit. And the PS5 is such a like quiet, simplistic, just serene, calm home screen,
Even the little
calm
home screen music
interface. Yeah, it's
is
so
less like
serene
intense.
and calm, and like when you hover over games or icons, like there's a background screen that changes and it plays a little light music and stuff like that, but it's not like cluttered all over the place in your face. Oh, go to the shop here. Oh my god, $4.99 for this. Oh my god, great deals. Blah blah blah, screaming in your face. Like I feel like the older UI was, and
Well,
it's so nice, man. It's so snappy.
what I thought was really cool is something that PlayStation didn't really do. When you scroll over the games, the music changes to
Hmm.
whatever the game is. So
Yeah.
I thought that's a kind of like little nice touch. Like when you scroll over Destiny, like it starts playing Destiny music, or
When you
if you
scroll
scroll
over
over
Persona
Miles,
5,
that's like
you instantly
yeah,
start
yeah,
grooving whenever you scroll over Persona 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just has a little music going. Yeah, exactly. Like it's I don't know. They've added a like the UI is really it's really nice. And honestly, dude, like you had your PS4, it didn't really change much.
Okay.
Like from the time that you had it up to like to now even, it hasn't even really changed much. So it's been the same for forever. And yeah, dude, it's just it's just nicer. Like I don't know, dude, it's next gen, bro.
Yeah, like it is like a big difference. Like it is a big leap. Like there's a lot of people out here who like to downplay it, and like they like to like hop on any slight defect, like we talked about the whining noise or like the weird fake smoking issue. There's always that guy in the comments is like, oh well, thanks to you guys for being beta testers, I'm gonna hop in next year, but blah 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 blah. Like when it's better, it's like, yeah, bro, like you couldn't even get one to begin with because it was sold out, so you're salty.
Look,
Like
let me say this right now. I had my PS4. Oh, my family. If there's any yelling or anything, sorry, my family's in the other room playing Mario
Mario
Party.
Party.
So there's a party going on over there.
Very gamer centric family over in that
Yes, yes, we
household.
all play games here at this house. Um, so yeah, man, just for those for people that say like, oh yeah, it's gonna be yeah, they're having a
Oh
time.
my god. Friendships are ending over there.
So for those people that say like, "Oh yeah, thanks for being a beta tester. I'm gonna wait and it's gonna be better. It's gonna be a better release." Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you. There are gonna be better ones, but bro, I had my PS4 since like the Destiny PS4 came out, like which was pretty much at launch. It came out like at launch, I think you had the option of get or I think it maybe have been like a week after or something like that.
Hmm.
And so I've had this PS4 since it came out, and it never ever failed on me until like what is it
Literally.
8 years, literally
And
like a month before the
it
PS5
was,
came out.
no, not even. It was like a week or two,
Yeah,
like
it was
two
like
weeks.
yeah, it was like so to those who say like, oh yeah, it's gonna go bad, blah blah blah. Thanks for testing all the bugs. Like my PlayStation 4 has been fine for this many years. Like I have confidence that this new one is gonna last me the same amount of time, you know?
Yeah, especially because yeah, it is new tech, and it is like, and if your but it's still newer and better built and higher quality than your PS4 ever will be. because
Right.
it was just designed better. And if that one lasted you that much, imagine this one, you know?
Right. Mind you, one more thing another thing I'd like to mention right now, while Oscar sneezes away. Um,
Woo!
uh, my do you remember when I would boot up my PS4? Do you remember that fan?
Oh, how
Do
could I
you
forget?
do you remember that rocket ship back there? Like my PS5 is currently running right now. It's currently playing like Bug Snacks right now. And can you even hear it?
Absolutely not.
It's
And
silent. I am blown away. Like this game would have, even though it's just like Bugsnax and it's kind of a simple game, it would have my PlayStation roaring.
and you want to talk about beta testing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you beta testing. Day one that I unboxed this guy, an hour in after I got my Ethernet cable debacle fixed, I began to stream, and I streamed and played both PS4 and the most demanding of the newest next gen PS5 titles for 13 hours straight. Not a single heat warning, not a peep, not a whine, not a fan kick up, not a single squeak from this big
Mm-hmm.
ass boy. Completely silent even after 13 hours straight of demanding gameplay.
Yep. Yeah, I've had mine on pretty much all day as well, and it's totally still as quiet as like the only time I hear it is when it starts up. It starts up, it kind of does a little startup whine, and then after that, it's silent.
Good to go.
Hmm. So yeah, man, to people who say all that, I like you're not wrong. They might have better versions like coming up. They'll probably have a PS5 Slim or PS5 Pro later down the line, but at this point, like I'm completely happy with what I got now. So
Exactly. Same here, man. Like I'm like more than completely I'm fucking ecstatic.
yeah, same.
I am amazed. I am delighted. I am thrilled. I am lucky to have this amazing console right now, dude. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, so like just hopping right into it now. Like, let's talk about some games, man. It's like I said, I
Yes.
streamed for 13 hours straight the first day I got it, tried out a variety of different stuff, then settled on one title that I'll talk about here there at the end. But I started off with Astro, which we already gushed about when we
Hmm.
first got into it here.
What'd you play after that?
After that, I got into I was talking to the community in the chat the whole time, and the way I had structured the stream, since I have not played a lot of PS4 games and stuff like that, because I missed out on the last generation, and a lot of these games have definitive editions or better versions that have dropped or aren't necessarily available for that free collection. So what I was doing a lot of the time is I would play the intro of a game up until I was either let loose in an open world or get to the first like big save point. Basically, the first introduction, big set piece of a game. I would play through that, then basically jump cut to something else because I'm eventually going to swing back around and play the definitive version of these games. Alrighty, so after Astro, we hop straight into my most anticipated title, the launch title, the big smackaroonie itself, the one that's not a full game, but I don't even think it really fucking matters after the first intro I played. I played the intro to Spider-Man Miles Morales. So got to see that crazy opening set piece where you basically ride Rhino through a fucking shopping mall. Had it on the fidelity mode for the stream so we could all get the full next gen benefits of the ray tracing and all that type of stuff. And holy fucking shit. I mean, I think you booted it up and we're like starting to get to that part now, so you can maybe talk about it a little bit, but how about that fucking opening mall scene, dog?
Dude, I actually when we finally got going, like right before that, I was currently writing. I had already ran through the mall and came out the other end.
Okay.
So I was I don't know what comes next. I think you just fight him, or I think you have to follow him afterwards some more or whatever. But I'll play. I'll get to that later. But that it looks so good, man. Even it's at 30 frames per second right now. I haven't even played the 60 frames per second like mode yet, but even like just the way it is, have been blown away. Like it
Pause,
looks so good.
pause, pause, pause. This is a PSA.
Oh,
The pod boys have something to confess and something to say.
okay. Yeah, I agree. We need to address this because
Holy fucking
we were wrong.
shit! Does frame
We
rate
were wrong.
fucking matter? Oh my
We were
god!
wrong.
So
We were wrong.
I streamed that whole day. I played all the games that I played, Demon Souls included in fidelity mode to get the ray tracing and the 30 frames. The next day when I hopped into this by myself, I turned on the performance mode on everything, and like I dropped my dual sense and shot. It's like a whole fucking new world. It's a new game. Like Demon Souls, like you can like spin in the full 360 degrees in the blink of an eye and like not get murdered from behind as easily. Spider-Man swinging through the city at 60 frames. It's just like you move. It feels like you move at 4 times the speed as usual. It's fucking like mind blowing how much of a difference it makes. Destiny at higher frame rates, like we haven't gotten the patched version on the consoles yet, but we've seen high frame rate Destiny on our PCs, and holy fucking shit. We're sorry, we're wrong. It matters,
Yeah,
and we're dumb
we'll sit down now.
and
We will stop nagging on all your frames per second and let you have this
because
like
wow. And which brings us to
a
the
very interesting point.
the episode title.
Okay.
The episode title is "Hey, turn game mode off for me real quick."
So we were playing Destiny. First of all, we had finally started the new Destiny campaign, and we're running through Destiny together for the well, not first time, but like we're running at equal light level for the first time in like
Years.
4 or 5 years, and we're playing this game, and for whatever reason, we both decided to go into the settings.
No, well, you guys were doing stuff. You and Elliot were fighting stuff, and I was like, I was equipping because you kept telling me to equip whatever new pieces I
Oh
got to
yeah.
constantly keep raising my level because the activities we were doing were slightly higher than what we were.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that, and I accidentally clicked the bumper one too far and got to the settings,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, oh, the settings, and I went down to visual because like I'd been messing with them on PC and stuff, so I wanted to see the options on console, and I saw that the option for HDR was there, and it said off by default, and I was like, wait a second. So I go and I flip it, and I shit you not, my colorblind ass literally like it was like literally like flipping a light switch in the game. Like the blue of the menu went from like a very dim, like muted blue, boom, and it just like popped, and I was like, oh, oh, what did I? And I left the menu, and I was like, holy shit! And I was like, hey guys, do you have HDR on? And you're like,
That's right.
and they're
Yeah.
like,
So I went and checked
and then we're like, what do you? They're like, what do you mean? Because our TVs should automatically put HDR on when we turn the console on. Well, I
because the
guess,
console HDR is on.
yeah. Well, I guess Destiny just by default has it turned off, so you have to go manually turn it on. So I tell these guys, and first Eric does it, and Eric's like, oh my.
We're also playing with my little brother, and he also turned it on. He's like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god!"
and it takes him a little bit because he's like, wait, and he's like messing. He's like, where are you seeing that? And we're like, in the game. He's like, oh, in the game, I'm in
Oh,
my
I thought,
TV
yeah.
settings. And then he's like, oh my god. So
No, get this, everybody, get this. So right after that, so you want to finish what you were gonna say
no,
about
no.
HDR? So right after that, since my brother was busy looking at his TV settings and PlayStation settings, he decides to turn the game mode off. And then we just hear a silent, no fucking way.
Yeah, and then like I hear him go because they live in the same house, just a couple like a room away or something. So I
Yeah.
hear him go, hey, Aaron, come here, check this out real quick. And I hear him walk
He's like,
over.
does this look like it's
Does
60
this look
frames per second?
does this look higher frame rate to you right now? And I just hear it go, what the fuck? So he says that he took it out of game mode. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take it out of game mode. So I switched it to a mode on mine called, mind you, his brother and I have the exact same TV. It's the Sony X900H.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned it to a mode called graphics mode, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, everything became so much more detailed and crazy, and like the frame rate did seem higher, but then I couldn't like aim or like control my sight. Like everything was like had like a weird input lag. So I was just like, oh well, this is cool. It looks good, but I can't control it like this. And so I turned it off, and I until I confirmed with Elliot, I was like, hey, you had it on graphics mode, right? He's like, no, I have it on this mode called Vivid. And I was like, Vivid? So I put it on again, like even crazier than graphics mode, just like it's like you fucking like flip a switch and you just feel it, see it kind of ripple from the bottom, like put like a, like how when they were doing the Demon Souls trailers when they showed the PS3 version and it kind of like does a wave melt over it into what the new one is.
Right.
That's kind of what it felt like. It just like instantly shifted everything, put like a lot more sharpness and definition and like detail into
Mm-hmm.
everything. And then I was moving at like similar to like how I was moving in Spider-Man in performance mode. I could feel like everything more fluid, and I was like, holy shit, this is higher than 30. For if it's not 60, it's for sure higher than 30. And we were losing our shit because our TV
We lost
basically
our shit for about
game
a good
mode
hour.
game mode. I don't know. I meant to Google exactly what it does before we like talked about it, just to like have like a more scientific definition of it. But
I'll look it up real quick.
from what I understand, while Eric looks it up, from what I understand is that it kind of sacrifices a bit of your picture quality very slightly, in order to like draw less signal or image through the HDMI to reduce your input lag for when you're controlling a game, which is super useful in competitive stuff and like fighting games and stuff like that. But I guess when you turn off game mode, you get like the full fucking vibrant smack dab detail of your TV in its full effect.
Yeah. So like you said, this is from specifically from Samsung, but I'm assuming this works similarly, if not the same, in all TVs that have a game mode. It says game mode. When you set your video source to game mode, your TV electronically bypasses two of the video signal processors in the TV, subsequently cutting down the amount of time the TV needs to process the video input from your game. You may notice a slight difference in picture, but after you implement game mode, there should be a reduction of any lag between the game system and the TV. So essentially, it cuts down that lag that we were feeling when we switched it to the other
Other modes.
picture modes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
is great. It's really good for when you're playing, like you said, a competitive game where your inputs really matter.
yeah, but honestly, like I don't know if it's like my TV working in conjunction with like Elliot and I in particular, our TV working in conjunction with the PlayStation because they're both Sony and they're kind of optimized for each other. But yeah, that frame rate was crazy high looking with the extra amount of detail, and that's before the patch and all that stuff. And what blew our mind even more, we were like stuck for like 15 minutes staring at the menu because the menu was even more like crazy fluid to the eye. So that like we're both running the HDMI 2.1 cable into the appropriate port on the TV that was just enabled recently. So we have a hunch that the fucking menu we're looking at might be pushing that 120 because it's like even crazier looking than the 60. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So even and this works not just. I have a Samsung TV. I have the TU 8000,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a 4K TV, and I don't get 120 frames, but I do get 60. Like my top is 60,
Mm-hmm.
but even even on my TV, when I did the same thing, I took it out of the game mode and I put it into on mine. It's called dynamic mode.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. It completely changed the way the game looked. Like, and completely changed the game the way it felt. Like,
Yeah, and I guess what we're trying to say is we had no fucking idea how insane like TV modes affect games and game
yeah,
performance and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's
right.
fucking crazy. But yeah, take your TVs out of game mode out there and get the fucking full juice out of your PS5 if you have the appropriate TV, y'all. Cause fuck.
I will say, man, like, uh, Melody over here is playing Bug Snacks right now. I saw it playing yesterday on the game mode, and I'm watching her play it right now, and it looks good.
Like
It,
outside of game mode?
yeah, she's not playing. Like, my TV's not set on game mode anymore because of that whole thing.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck game mode forever after that
Like,
shit.
it's cool. I'll probably use it. Like Elliot mentioned, like if we're playing like Trials of Osiris, where like
Or you,
it's
well,
like
because you,
super
you you play a lot
competitive,
of
or when
fighting
I
games.
play like fighter, like Dragon Ball or like Mortal Kombat, like when my inputs need to be like pretty exact,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I'll probably use game mode. But just seeing it like in this like dynamic picture format, like in true 4K, is really nice.
Yeah, dude,
Like
it's fucking
if it
insane.
can make a game like Bug Snacks look really good, like it's crazy,
Demons Souls, bro.
dude.
So that's the last game I played. I'm gonna jump around here in my stream. The last like new game I played, and I closed off with God of War, but right before that I played fucking Demons Souls, the brand new PS5 remastered. I played it in the 30 frame mode with all the ray tracing enhancements and everything like that. And that one did have HDR on. That one was not off by default. And holy fucking crap, man. That game is the biggest showcase of next gen thus far, visual wise, I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
because it is ridiculous looking, man. It is the amount of like detail and like everything and like all those crazy ass gothic castles and dragons and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It like, and it's gonna happen like for the first few titles, I think, but like they're making like everything shiny somehow. Everything got rained on, everything's wet, there's puddles everywhere. The fucking blast that ray tracing everywhere. And let me tell you, I'm not to the point that I'm mad at it yet, and it's still to the point where I'm like, holy fuck that. Look at that reflect, like it's
When
like,
we were, dude, when we were all riding around in Destiny, we all had to take a second to be like, bro, look at that
bro, hold
water.
on. Look at the water. That's before, dude. And that's we can't stress enough, guys, that we're tripping out like this in Destiny so hard for like a good 30. We stopped what we were doing and just tripped out on the graphics and the visuals. This is before the next gen patch. This is before it's optimized. So I can only imagine what it's gonna look like in a few weeks.
Oh man, you got to go back and play God of War
Oh,
without
dude,
game
I
mode on.
do. I do. I didn't even think about that.
I have it downloaded after we. I don't know. We might. I don't know what you're doing after this, but we might hop back into Destiny for a bit, or we might.
Yeah,
If we're not doing anything like that, I'm gonna hop back into one of these other games.
yeah. I mean, yeah. That's basically what I was gonna ask you because, like, we're gonna wrap up here pretty shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's gone even a bit longer than I expected because I know we're both itching to get back into it. because next gen is here and we're enjoying the shit out of it, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, so I was gonna ask you if you wanted to hop back into Destiny. If not, I was just gonna keep plugging away at Spider-Man. But
for sure, for sure.
yeah, Demon Souls looks fucking amazing. Didn't play that much of it on stream because I was dying a lot and got frustrated, but I did go back and play it, like I said, in that performance mode the next day with the 60
Hmm.
frames. Buttery fucking smooth, made it past the first boss, and now I'm ready to like where the game opens up, and
Right,
so I'm gonna start taking my time and plugging away at that, but it's gonna be fucking hard, man.
dude. I have. That's another game on my radar, but I've got Dark Souls 3 that I want to load up.
Mm-hmm. Those load times gone forever.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Hold up. Before we leave here, can we talk about those load times though?
Oh yes, yes, yes,
We
yes,
failed
yes.
to mention this, and this
Well,
is a
no,
big
I
deal.
don't know if we can talk about the load times because they're not fucking there.
Uh,
What load times?
right. So, the biggest the biggest culprit that I can think of for these load times is Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Those fucking ship screens.
I had my experience with it last night when I first loaded it up for a little bit was I was so used to going into Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
turning my game on, and then literally walking away. I've walked away from my Destiny game loading up for like a good 5 minutes, like just even getting to like the character selection screen. Like I've walked away from it in the past and come back, and like it was barely done loading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I did the same thing, and I went to the tower from Orbit in Destiny, which is like the main
Social
social hub
area,
for the
yeah.
game. And I was like, okay, I knew it wasn't optimized yet or anything, so I was like, all right, I'll just load it up, and then I'll load it up. I'll go to the restroom real quick, and then I'll come back. I load it up, and begin to stand up. I didn't even make it to the doorway before my my game was already loaded.
Bro,
I
like
was like, what?
just to get a little blue here. Actually, not even anymore. It's 2020. It just got legalized in like four more states like this past election a couple weeks ago. So normally
We live in California.
we
It's
live in
completely normal.
California. Medical marijuana was legal for years, and now it's been recreational for a couple more. So weeds everywhere here. La di da. The point is, I use those ridiculously long loading screens to take smoke breaks pretty frequently. Like I would have the time to get up, pick out my nug, grind my bowl down, pack it, like smoke my
You do your
weed,
whole thing.
do my whole fucking routine, take my time with it, sit down, like enjoy it for a sec, and like all that while the loading screen was going on. Like now, like I would literally like we start an activity, like oh okay, or it's gonna be like either a cut scene or this loading screen's gonna take forever. I go to stand up to pack it, and instantly, like as I'm like halfway through standing up, oh we're starting. Okay, cool, never mind. All right, that's cool, that's fine.
I think at one point we were loading up a new area in the game, and Oscar was in the middle of a sentence, and then he's like, "All right, guys, I'm just gonna turn around and I'll be right back for a sec." And then he literally couldn't even finish the sentence before he loaded, and it's
Yeah, I was
like,
like, oh,
"Oh,
okay,
I guess
never
I'm
mind.
not going anywhere."
Yeah. So the loading, there is no loading. Like Spider-Man, I've been playing.
There's no loading times.
The game I like ended up settling on the most after the stream and everything. Just we keep getting sidetracked, and I want to get through this quick to get back to playing some games. The other games I played on the stream were Persona 5. Again, just played the intro to jump back into Persona 5 Royal once I get that on Black Friday. Bug Snacks, which maybe we'll talk about that a little more in detail because your girlfriend's super into it.
Well,
And
so am I, dude. This game is great.
yeah, and Spider-Man Remastered, which is the one I chose to laser focus on afterwards. After I beat that first boss in Demon Souls, I was like, okay, fuck this is getting hard. I'm switching over to Spider-Man. I'm pretty much almost done with it now. So
Dude, hell yeah.
yeah, so I've been
Did you get
blasting
to
through that.
have you gotten to to the multi boss battle yet?
No.
Okay, you're not that far into it then.
Yeah.
What's the last what was your last boss battle?
Mr. Negative.
You're nowhere near the end.
Oh, okay.
You're nowhere near.
It says I'm like 72% in already.
Well, kind of, but
It tells me the progress, sir.
I don't. If it'll feel longer than what it actually is
Okay, I see what you're saying.
for a bit at least.
That's the game I've been playing the most. That's the one I started laser focus on, and literally, like, I wish my camera setup wasn't like attached by a series of short cables that put it in a very precarious position at all times, so I could just turn it. I would show you guys on fucking camera how fast it is to get from an off PlayStation into my game, just to prove a point, because it's literally
It's seamless,
like
dude.
blink. You blink and the PlayStation 5's on. You blink and your game is on the okay. Well, what save file do you want to choose? You click it, and before you blink again,
It's already in the game.
you're already perched, ready to fucking start swinging in Spider-Man. It's like instantaneous. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. I've been well to wrap everything this all of our thoughts up, man. We've been having an amazing time.
And it feels leaps and bounds better and faster and snappier and more responsive than any video game I've played in the past 8 years. So yes, 100% it is a next gen step, and it is a very different feeling than last generation, even at launch. So that's my opinion. I feel the jump.
I definitely feel the jump as well. What the hell is a cheap hoofs?
All right, guys. If you guys have been following the podcast, you know that Erky here is a big bug snacks enthusiast. And I, after actually playing it on stream for a bit, played the intro of that as well. Am really intrigued to get back in there and play through it at some point pretty soon. I
I'm
take
going
everything back.
game of the
Bug
year.
snacks, game of the year. It's my jam. It's so fucking interesting. It's like Pokemon Ranger slash Pokemon Snap
Mm-hmm.
mixed with like a murder mystery, like weird, crazy type of shit. Like, wow, man, it's interesting and fun and like create like the way like the little mini puzzles you have to solve to figure out how to catch each bug snack. It's super cool, man.
Yeah, man. Like I I haven't actually played it. I'm probably gonna stream this to be honest. Like I'll stream like I'm gonna stream the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, do a full bug snacks
I'm
playthrough.
gonna
Fuck
do a
yeah.
full Bug Snacks playthrough because it looks like I've been watching my girlfriend play. I haven't actually played it yet, and she's been having a great time. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's clever. It's like a fun like the whole point is like the bug snacks, they're all different creatures that are basically like anthropomorphic. Not anthropomorphic because they're not humanoid, but like basically living food. Kind of like the movie the Seth Rogen movie, whatever it was called.
Oh,
Sausage
Sausage
Party.
Fest,
Sausage
Sausage Party.
Party.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of like that. They're like like living food creatures. Like there's one called Bunger that's like a burger with like fries for legs, and he walks around like charging you like a ram. There's like Strawby, who's a little strawberry who walks around on the stems. Uh, there's like a shish kebab ant.
it's
I forgot what
basically
it's called.
walking food.
Yeah, it's basically
And
like
they make little. Dude, they say their names like Pokemon, like
Pokemon, yeah, like
Strawby, Strawby,
Strawby.
Strawby. Yeah.
Bunger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like Pokemon, and like you have to like set this trap that you like deploy with the trigger, and when they get in range of it, you press the trigger again to like snap it shut, like Pokemon Ranger style. Like Pokemon Ranger, you have to like trap them in like this ring you drew with the DS stylus type of thing.
Like just like right now, just as like because I'm watching it, just what my girlfriend is doing. She's that trap you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually kind of far now. She's currently like putting the trap on a spring and
Uh-huh.
launching it in the air and then trying to close it on like mid-air to catch a flying one.
Oh wow. See, I didn't get to catching flying ones when I played
Yeah,
through.
it's getting
Yeah.
it gets pretty intricate, bro.
Yeah, like the one that took me a while to catch was the burger one that I talked about. Because basically,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to get it to like ram something to like knock itself out, or else you can't get it. Because if you set your trap up and you try and catch him with it, he'll just like ram it out of the way and send it flying,
Mm-hmm.
and just like knock it the fuck out of there. So like I spent like 20 minutes because I was actually invested in it, like trying to figure out how to catch this fucker. I was like, because you could shoot bushes and he hits bushes, and that's how you scare other ones
You
out.
shoot
But
ketchup.
yeah, you shoot. Yeah, you pick up different sauces from
You pick
trees.
up ketchup from
Yeah,
trees, guys.
different bug snacks are attracted to different sauces, and sauce grows on trees. Yes, take it all in. But basically, like you could shoot the bush with the ketchup, and he would like freak out and go for it, but he would scare other ones out, but he wouldn't get knocked out from the bush, and he wouldn't tackle anything else. So what I eventually had to do is like lead one with the ketchup in a path directly into like close to the other one, hit the other one, and get him to ram his
Mm-hmm.
homie. So that's how
Mm-hmm.
you knock that one out. Like
Yep.
so it's pretty intricate stuff you have to do at times. So I
It's
mean,
it's essentially a puzzle game.
yeah, it's a monster collecting puzzle game
Yeah. And it's
with a murder
I
mystery in the background.
yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with this game, bro.
I really am too. Like for as much shit as I gave you and as much shit I talked, like it looks really fucking fun, man.
Like everyone gave this game shit.
Yeah. And
Everyone gives this game shit.
that song is great though. Like I never give the song shit. It's Bugsnax. Talking
Exactly.
about Bugsnax, you know? The shit, dude. So Bugsnax is great. Gonna be hopping back into that. But like I said, mostly I'm kind of just laser focusing into
Please
Spider-Man
play
right now.
Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite games from PS4.
Yeah, so it's really fucking good. Having an amazing time with it, dude. Like as a complete newcomer to the game, I never played Spider-Man PS4, so this is all new to me. The suits, dude, there's so many fucking sick ass suits. There's so many suits and they're so cool. I already got all the backpacks. Like I've
Did
been
you get
going
the
ham
Did you get the
at
Black
everything.
Widow suit yet? Because that's my
Yes,
favorite.
the
The
Black
Black
Cat
Widow
suit.
suit? Yeah, the
Yeah,
Black Cat. That one's my favorite.
that's the one I'm currently rocking. Actually, I just got it recently.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's a super fucking dope game. It looks even crazier once you take off game mode. But
I don't
yeah, dude.
understand. Like, I had no idea. I'm still kind of tripping
Yeah,
out about
yeah,
it because I
dude.
had no idea. I've been playing
Like
game mode on my games this whole time.
like
It's fine because it works.
we've already talked about it quite a bit about how much we tripped out and everything like that, and Eric keeps going back to it, but that's nothing to like the legit like hour and a half that we like after we found out we spent like 15-20 minutes just looking around at everything, like messing with it, and the whole rest of the time we were playing we couldn't stop being like, but holy shit, look at the game, but look, like it's insane. It's insane how much of a difference it makes, and we're not gonna shut up about it because what the fuck. But yeah, like I said, I'm
All right,
laser
all right.
focusing into Spider-Man. I'm only gonna jump off of that when I'm with you guys playing Destiny for a bit. Gonna get through that and jump straight into Miles Morales. So that's my plan currently.
Okay, I've already played Spider-Man, so I'm starting, and I want to get through Miles Morales.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much gonna do it for us here on the podcast. We're like both foaming at the mouth here to get back on our giant big boys here to play some more games. So
Big
thank you
boys.
so much to everyone who's come out and supported the videos, the live streams, the podcast over the past couple of weeks. We gained a few more subscribers this week, so we're at 77, almost at 80, pushing ever closer to that 100 subscriber milestone. Thank you so much to everyone who stopped by my 13-hour stream. It's almost at 300
Yeah.
views, so thank you so much. That's by far the most watched piece of content on the channel. Thank you so much for the big turnout for the big PS5 stream. You can find me on Twitter at KnifeLifeOsk. You can find the PodBoyz as a collective at PodBoyz Advanced on Twitter. Link for the Discord is down below. It's on and popping there all the fucking time. We're memeing, we're talking. PS5's popping off. There's an Among Us sign up sheet for an Among Us that we're trying to get together maybe this week or next week for a Thanksgiving special. So make sure you hop in there. You can find Eric at...
You can find me at ErkyPlays on YouTube. We're going to be doing our first PS5 stream tonight as of the release of this episode, so this Sunday. And yeah, you can find me on ErkyPlays on YouTube, on... I was about to say SoundCloud.
I mean, you do have one of those, but it's something different, right?
Yeah, I do. So you can find me on there. You can find me ErkyPlays on Twitter. And yeah, man, thank you. You know what? Thank you to everyone that's been like keeping up with us, and all like everyone at on the Discord, all the homies on the Discord have been keeping up with my PS5 debacle, and it's been great.
Hey,
It's
you know
like
what
everyone's
though?
been so supportive. And it's
You fucking
awesome.
did it, bro. A day after launch is not bad at all, considering the situation you were in. So
I know.
Let's all give a big round of applause for our boy Erky and completing his PS5 saga. But yeah, you can find
Quest
the audio version on Spotify if you prefer audio. You can find us on Anchor. Anchor puts us everywhere else, like Apple and Google. So check the podcast out wherever you'd like. But until next time, my name is Oscar.
And I'm Eric.
We're the PodBoyz Advance, and we're gonna get the fuck back to our PS5s later.
Let's go. See ya.
Still don't eat the apple pie though, even though we're too hype.
Yeah, even though don't eat in the 4K apple pie though.
Ooh.
Don't eat that. No, don't eat it.